Hello and welcome to Ekevato Reviews. Today let's take a look at a new city car that is trying to fight for some space in the Kenyan market. This car belongs to a group of vehicles known as K cars or micro cars. These are small city cars that mostly have less than 1000 cc's. This city car is the Nissan Days. We will be taking a look at the 2015 model, which is the first generation that was in production from 2013 to 2019. This minicar competes with the likes of the Honda N-Wagon, Suzuki Wagon R, Suzuki Hustler, and the Mitsubishi EK, which is actually just a rebadged Nissan Days. You can also mention the Suzuki Alto and Daihatsu Mira. All these vehicles have 660cc 3-cylinder engines and are meant to be driven for just short journeys around the city, meaning they can also be ideal for the taxi business. So how much will you have to part with to drive away a Nissan Days? The starting price for a 2014 Nissan Days is around 550,000 shillings, and it can go up to around 800,000 shillings for 2015 models. There are two main trim levels. The more basic one is the Days X. Then there's a more premium one known as the Days Highway Star G. So the latter costs slightly more due to more features. In terms of the engine options, there are two. Both are 660cc 3-cylinder engines, but one of them is turbocharged, so it's slightly more powerful than the non-turbo. This car is available in either front or all-wheel drive. Both engines come with only one transmission, which is Nissan's Xtronic CVT. As for fuel consumption, expect between 18 to around 28 km per litre for both engines, which is quite good. The turbocharged engine is slightly more powerful, but if driven gently, it can achieve up to around 28 km per litre, just like the non-turbo. The fuel tank is 30 litres. So let's say on average you get around 25 kilometers per litre. Then a full tank will give you around 750 kilometers, which is just so impressive, especially if you'll be using it for business. Moving on to service costs, this is a very affordable car to maintain, being that it has a very small engine. The minor service should be done after every 5,000 kilometers, and on average it will cost about 6,000 shillings. You will just need to replace the normal things such as the engine oil, air cleaner, and also the air filter. Then the major service should be done after 10,000 kilometers, and on average it should cost about 13,000 shillings. Here you will need to check things like the brakes, transmission fluid, engine oil, spark plugs, air cleaner, and oil filter. It's very important to use the recommended transmission fluid because that CVT transmission will certainly fail if you use alternative fluids. So just stick with what is recommended. The ground clearance is around 154 millimeters, which is not too bad, being that this is primarily a city car, so you won't have to worry so much about severe bumps. As for the brakes, this is not a fast car at all. So it gets drum brakes at the back and ventilated discs at the front, and that is sufficient for this kind of car. The carb weight ranges between 820 to around 900 kilograms, so it's a very light car. Lastly, let's have a look at some of the extra features you can get with this minicar, and it's surprising because for the price you pay, you get quite a lot, especially on the Highway Star G, which is the more premium variant. It can come with features such as a 360 degrees camera that gets displayed on the rear view mirror. There's also touchscreen AC controls, automatic AC, bi-xenon headlights, automatic lights and wipers, hill start assist, 15-inch alloy wheels, rear windshield wiper, emergency stop signal, and super UV cut green glass on the front windows that blocks up to 99% of UV rays. That is quite impressive when you consider the amount you will pay. So now, with all that important stuff out of the way, What do you think about its exterior design? Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. In my opinion, it's one of the better looking city cars around, especially the Highway Star G variant that gets chrome treatment on the grille and also the 15-inch alloys. Generally, it definitely looks better than a Suzuki Alto or even a Daihatsu Mira. It's taller but narrower, then it has a slightly longer wheelbase, which translates in a spacious interior. It almost looks like a very small minivan. Moving on to the interior, it's actually not bad at all. It's a budget minicar, so it's not meant to have a flashy interior, but neither is it too boring. The layout is just fine. There is an armrest between the two front seats. Then there are also cup holders that slide out from the dashboard just below the AC vents located on either side of the dashboard. At the back there is ample leg and headroom, but being that this is a very narrow minicar, only 2 people can sit there in relative comfort. A kid can be squeezed in between 2 adults, but for very short journeys. The boot is quite small, but the back seats can be folded down to create more room for luggage whenever the need arises. So there you have it. This is a very fuel efficient city minicar that is affordable to maintain, but is it reliable? There have been a few cases of CVT failure, but some were as a result of using the wrong transmission fluid. Apart from that, it's quite a reliable minicar, and being that it's specifically meant for short city drives, there aren't many cases of CVT failure due to overheating. If you just use the recommended parts and fluids, then this city car will just serve you for a long time. Most of the other competitors that I mentioned earlier also use CVT transmissions, even though you can also get some of them with manual transmissions. Now, if you are in the market for a taxi car, would you buy a Nissan Days over a Vitz, Belter, or a Toyota Passo? Let me know which one you would go for, but my honest opinion is this. Vitz or Belter will be better because they are more spacious, and if you go for the 3-cylinder engines, they can be very fuel efficient and get up to 20 kilometers per liter or more depending on how you drive. Then another advantage is that you can also take them out occasionally on slightly long journeys. Their resale values are quite good, and they are also more stable on the road than this Nissan Days because they are wider compared to this Nissan Days that is quite narrow. That said, if you don't mind about resale value and intend to only drive for very short distances within the city, then you may consider this Nissan Days. It's better than both the Suzuki Alto and the Daihatsu Mira. It's more comfortable than those two and comes with many impressive features. It's very fuel efficient without having the complexity of a hybrid car. So why not a Nissan Days? Thanks a lot for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you found this content helpful. You can also use the details in the description box to support the production of this content by donating. Your support will be much appreciated. If you have any enquiries or would like to advertise your car for sale on the channel, then feel free to reach me via email or WhatsApp. That's it for this episode. Stay safe. See you in the next one.